Alrighty. I've already recorded this once and I screwed it up. My mic was not close to my mouth. This mic here. Hang on, let me see if I can get that thing to disappear. Okay, sorry. Anyways, so I had an idea. I'll restart this nice little animation thing. Of how I would make the real numbers countable. Now, you might be saying, but they're not countable. Well, what is countable? Like, any number that, if you, on a 1-to-1 of the natural numbers to the real numbers, any number that you request from me, I can give you which position on this list that I have come up with it is. And you might be saying, well, what about irrational numbers? Okay, so if irrational numbers they're irrational for a reason, they keep going on forever. If I were to ask you, well, what is, we have these lovely names for things of, well, what is pi? You could say 3.14159, 265, blah, 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 blah. And then keep going forever. However, eventually you're going to die. You're going to stop talking, and you won't have said the number. You'll say something that's close, but you won't have said the number. So that's why we give these nice little names to them. However, like I said, that is not the number. That's just a metaphysical representation of what the number is. It's not the actual number, in my personal opinion. Like, it's a name for it, but it's not. Like, we could say the square root of 4. I mean, that is a thing. We could call it the square root of 4, but it's 2. It's not like, it's not whatever we called it. It is 2. That is what it is. Anyways, that's beside the point. The point is that whatever number that you give me, I can put on the list somewhere. If you were to start talking at the beginning of time, telling me a digit, and then stopping at the end of time, because that's all the time we've got, I will be able to put that number on the list somewhere. It won't be anywhere close to the beginning of the list, but it'll be on there. So, let's start talking about how I organize this list. It's all within the theory of the places of the number. Any number has a set, well, any rational number has a set amount of places. 3004 has 4 places. 99999. 9999. Yeah, that's 5. I said it right. Okay. So or 22.45 is 4 as well. If you take one place and then get all of the digits that can be one place, and then you go two places, and then get all of the numbers that can be 2 places, etc., 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 eventually you'll get all of the places, including all of the irrational numbers, because those are eventually, like, any thing that you have will be on that list, sort of. That's the whole gist of it, is sort of. That's why there's an argument in the first place, is that sort of. Anyways, so how do we do that? I stay here. We count all those numbers as if they're natural numbers. So 1 through 9, And then 10 would be two places, so we don't count 10. That'll be when we get to two places, 10 would be, first on the list, basically. But you would take 1 through 9 with 0 at the first. So, hang on. Start with 0 because it's an oddball. You start with 0 because it's a great place to start. And then we take the decimal point, and the way we're counting this whole thing is by revolving around the decimal point. If you start at the decimal point and work your way out, you can go infinitely large or infinitely tiny at the same time, at the same rate. And basically, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is all the digits with the decimal point to the right, and then 1 through 9 is all the digits, or all the numbers with the decimal point to the left. And you do this for every variant for each place. So 2 decimal places would have all of the numbers with 2 digits to the left, and then 1 and 1, 1 digit to the left and 1 digit to the right of the decimal, and then all the numbers with 2 decimals to the right. And as I said here, we're also leaving out all the numbers where there's a trailing 0 after the decimal. This is to avoid counting a number twice. So, 2 places would be all 10 through 99, 0.1 to 9.9, and 0.01 to 0.99. And then 3 places, as you can see right there, there's 3 decimal points, then 2 and then 1, and then 1 and then 2, and then after all that, 3 afterwards. So, I also have come up, this was from the first time I recorded, I'll get to that in a second. I made a list of all of the digits in my list for the first 2,800 numbers or so in Google Sheets. So, you start with 0, go to 9, then you switch over and do the ones, and then you do 10, because that's the first digit of the 2, and you go to all the way up to 99, and then the 2 digits, 1 before and 1 after, that's 1.1, not 1.0, because we've already counted that, it's 1, that's why we're getting rid of the all of the numbers with the trailing 0. As you can see, 1.9 to 2.1, same reason. It's skipping the 2.0 because it's a trailing 0, and we've already counted it. And basically it goes all the way up to 9.9, and then it finally goes to the 2 digits to the right of the decimal, and then we count all the way up to 0.99. Same theory about skipping out the 0.90 for the same reason. 0.90 is the same as 0.9, we've already counted it. So then you do all of the 3-digit numbers to the left, all of the 2 and then 1, all of the 1 and then 2s, and then I've stopped here because it was getting a little tedious, and I figured you guys got the point by now. That should hit every number exactly once. And it should hit them. So the way infinity works is there's an infinite number of them. So any digit with an infinite set should eventually get hit as well. As far as I am understanding, yeah. Anyways, so I hope that makes sense. And I'm sure there's a reason or a thing that I'm missing out. I'm 99% sure that the main contention is with the irrational numbers not being counted properly. But any it doesn't matter how far you put it and make a distinction of what that number is. That number will be on my list somewhere. So even if you kept going and like I said before, the argument of why is zero point 0.9 equal to 1, zero point 0.9 repeating, I should say, not 0.9. No. 0.9 repeating is equal to 1 is because as you keep going, there is nothing that differentiates it from being 1. There is no digit you can add if you keep going. And likewise, if you keep going, there is no digit that will not be on this list. So that's my argument. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry for trailing on. So that's my argument. Have a good night. Have a good night, or whenever you saw this. Good day.